Good evening and welcome to the Town of New Canaan Police Commission regular meeting of May 15th, 2024. To start off the meeting, I'd like to turn it over for a moment to our Chief, John DeFederico.
Thank you. As some of you may be aware, today is National Peace Officers Memorial Day. In 1962, President Kennedy proclaimed May 15th as National Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the calendar week in which May 15th falls as National Police Week. Established by a joint resolution of the United States Congress in 1962, National Police Week pays special recognition to those law enforcement officers who have lost their lives in the line of duty for the safety and protection of others. For us in New Canaan in 1888 and again in 1991, the New Canaan Police Department experienced the unimaginable loss of two of its officers in the line of duty. In honor of National Police Week, the department would like to remember and honor the legacy and service of those two officers, as well as the family members that they left behind. On January 25th, 1888, Chief Louis Drucker died after being shot in the chest by a bootlegger when responding to a complaint of illegal alcohol sales at a Seminary Street home. James Martin died on July 24th, 1991, after coming in contact with a downed electrical wire while responding to a stranded motorist with trees down call on Valley Road. Let us reaffirm our commitment to never forget the ultimate sacrifice that these officers have made and honor their memories. We could have a moment of silence at this time.
Thank you, Chief. Next order of business is minutes from the previous meeting, April 17th, 2024. Any corrections, additions?
None here.
None here. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Monthly reports, Chief.
Yes. First is our budget. We are sitting nicely at 84.3%. So we should be on track to close out the year, June 30. Keeping a close eye on all of our lines, and we're hope to be right on budget. Likewise with animal control and the dog, and those are tracking well as well. Staffing report, we continue to spend the majority of the time with working with minimum shifts. We do have a couple officers out on field training. We do have 5 more that are still in the academy. We're projecting to get them out over the summer and in the fall. And we still have our school resource officers in the schools and our CIO downtown. So we're doing as well as we can with the staff that we have. Extra duty aging, again, is looking on the good side of things. You know, there's some high numbers for Eversource and Burns and some of the construction companies that are doing work, but Tiger has a good relationship with them, and there's always in constant contact with them to get their bills reconciled in a timely fashion, and they're very good about it. And false alarm aging is looking very good. If you look at the numbers for 1 to 30 or 1 to 60 days, is only $600 out of all of them. And then, you know, some of the older numbers over 120 days, those I think are just going to be write-offs. Those are probably people that are no longer intended. But I think we've got a pretty good system in place now where we're tracking down and getting payment when we need to be. So that's good to see. That's all I have for reports.
Thank you. Next topic is the rapid rectangular flashing beacon at Old Norwalk and Holly Road. Tiger, is that yours?
Yes, sir, that is.
Thank you.
So thanks for having us again. We had a discussion before about Old Norwalk and Holly. You helped us install a mid-block crosswalk at the location. There's been some concerns with the fact that it's a school bus stop. The nursery school's across the street. Kiwanis is across the street, and residents are concerned with cars coming around the corner, not necessarily understanding that there's a mid-block crosswalk in the area, and then they're concerned with the safety of the crossing itself. So we've had it adequately signed according to the manual for a crosswalk. We would like to elevate that signage and install a rapid rectangular flashing beacon, or in this case, a series of beacons. There'll be two, one on either side of the road at Old Norwalk and Holly, and then we're planning on putting another one up the hill at the apex of the curve, so that from Marvin Ridge and Old Kings, you'll be able to see that one and not necessarily have to, and that'll signal to you that there's actually someone in the crosswalk down below. So one button will activate all three beacons at that time. We're feeling that that'll give adequate sight distance for the crossing, and give it adequate notice to a motorist coming down the hill from 123. So at present, we're asking for your approval of the installation. I've already asked for a quote from our vendor, just waiting for a response on that. And then that will go to the Board of Selectmen for approval of the contract.
And then what will the light say that's on the hill? Because that's going to be a little different from the crossing light, right?
It'll be the exact same. It'll just, instead of a downward arrow, so at the crosswalk, they have a downward facing arrow basically pointing to that there's a crosswalk here. This will have the crosswalk symbol, but then in a head placard, so that the motorist will know that coming forward that there's a crossing ahead, if you will. We have a similar installation on Park Street at St. John's, where we actually have a crosswalk. The three signs work together, and one down the hill as you're heading up the hill from 124 Main Street towards the intersection of Park Street and St. John's Place at God's Acre. That one, if you press the button at the top of the hill, it signifies the one mid-block down the hill, so that a car coming up the hill will then be able to see that and recognize that a pedestrian is ready to cross.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Chief,
welcome.
any other thoughts on that?
No, I support it. I think it's a great idea that Tiger had to put one in, an advanced warning one
Up the hill.
up the hill. It's a good idea because those cars do come around there, so.
Right.
Fully
Okay.
support it.
Any discussion from the commissioners? A vote? I need a motion to approve. I need a motion to approve. You're gonna make a motion to approve. You're gonna second it. And we're gonna have a vote on that.
So we move to approve the traffic calming
Beacon?
signage and beacons that, as described by Tiger for Silver Mine Road.
No, Old Norwalk
I'm sorry.
and Holly Road.
Old
Yeah,
Norwalk.
yes, right.
I
Aye,
second.
unanimous. Tiger, you have that approval. Thank
Thank you very much.
you.
Thank you.
Next item is a Silver Mine Road traffic calming update. Who's speaking on that?
Well, we did receive an email from Silver Mine.
Silver Mine Road resident, he's requesting that we, install the previously approved crosswalk at Mill Road, that was approved last year.
Yeah.
Tiger, in speaking to Tiger, he's just had some trouble nailing down the contractor on that. Tiger can speak more to that. Tiger?
Yeah, so we had it on our list last year with safety markings, and it got undone. I can only say that they forgot to do it. unfortunately. I reached out to a separate striper this year to see if I could get it to expedite it. And there was some problems with that striper as well. So we're back to safety markings, and they're going to put it on their list and have that done hopefully this summer. We'll go out there and remark it in the location we're looking at east of Mill. So if you're on Mill, it'll be to the right of you, and then that'll head across the Silvermine at that area. And I'll ask safety markings to expedite that installation.
Okay, so it goes across Silvermine, not across Mill.
Not across Mill. No, it'll be as you're coming up on Mill. If you're on Mill coming up to Silvermine, it'll be on your right-hand side crossing Silvermine.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And some of the other suggestions in the email, again, this was just from one resident, was to add additional stop signs, which last year when we discussed this, I went out to the area. There's no appropriate location to add more stop signs on Silvermine Road. The line of sight coming out of some of the various roads, Rilling Ridge being one of them. There's enough line of sight to get a good view of cars coming, and adding stop signs as a traffic calming measure is not appropriate. You should only install them where it's warranted by the intersection, and it's not in any intersections that we can see. Tiger looked at it as well, Deputy Chief Walsh as well, and we agree that no additional stop signs are warranted at this time. And then the other suggestion was praising us for the white stripe shoulder lines that were installed, but reverting where he said that he appreciated the yellow stripe lines. Now he's asking to consider removing them and just do the shoulder lines, which there was a speaker in town, a municipal planner, that suggested that might be a trend that some municipalities look into, is eliminating the double yellow line and just have white shoulder lines. Again, that's conceptual. We've checked with our traffic engineers. Both companies have never heard of that, and that's not recommended by MUTCD, the manual of traffic control. And so at this time, we're not in favor of that suggestion either. Again, these are only suggestions from one person, but I think with the addition of the crosswalk and the stanchions that go along with the crosswalks, we were in favor of that, and we would support that, and I think that's what we should advance.
And then Silvermine Road and Carter Street. That's. Sorry.
Jeff, would you like to speak to that?
Silvermine and Carter Street, Tiger.
Sure. So I spoke with our consultant from Hardesty in Hanover today about his progress. They're moving forward with the design. As I mentioned, we had hired a surveyor. Surveyor will be out shortly to survey and give them information that they can finalize the design with. He's reaching out to the DOT to set up a kickoff meeting with the DOT to review our plans to go forward, and any concerns that the DOT might have. That meeting should be set up within the next week or two, and that'll involve Hardesty in Hanover, myself, the chief, the deputy chief, the captain, and Maria Coplet from my office, and we'll sit and review our proposed plans and see if the DOT has any further comment before they go to finalize.
Okay, just for everybody's knowledge, it is a state road, so we have to go through them, correct?
That's correct.
That intersection is,
Yes, that's the need for the additional diligence and the additional meetings. Is that anything that we suggest will still have to be vetted by the DOT. They've already seen the preliminary report. In the preliminary report, it had these long-term solutions. They accepted them at that point in time, with the fact that we would have to come back with a final design, a final plan set for them to review. So this is part of that process.
okay, great, thanks.
You're welcome.
Next item is the Playhouse grand opening, and that's going to be tabled for till the middle of next month as they work through that. Item E, the time change for the Special Olympics. They were going to leave it 10:30, 8:30?
Yeah, I think they originally wanted the pop-up park from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. since the run was going to start at 1 p.m. But they just recently, Kelly was just recently informed that the run start time was changed to 10 a.m. So she's asking that the pop-up park be utilized from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m.
And what was the date on that again?
May 31st.
Any talk on that? Any discussion? Nope. All in agreement? All those, motion to approve? Second?
Move to
All those in
change the
favor?
time to the
Yeah,
earlier
I got it.
time, 8 to 12.
All those in favor, aye. Aye. Good. Just got that. Okay, great. College course approval for Officer Brian Connolly.
He's continuing his graduate level courses at Liberty University, and he's requesting approval of his next course. He'll provide final grades for reimbursement when appropriate.
Discussion? None.
None.
Motion to approve? Yes.
Yes.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Got it. Memorandum of appreciation.
This was a memorandum that Deputy Chief Walsh received from Sergeant Caponera regarding an investigation conducted by Officer Jake Soma. Officer Soma is one of our newer officers, younger officer. Took a complaint for harassing phone calls back in November of 23, and the person was receiving these phone calls for over 6 months, and the call was blocked, and it was difficult to identify the caller, but Officer Soma and Sergeant Caponera did a thorough investigation. They were able to narrow a list down of possible numbers, and was able to identify the caller as a former friend of the complainant.
What a
So
surprise. Yes.
got her to confess, and the complainant didn't want any further action taking, and now the harassing phone calls have stopped. So it was a good outcome for all. Good work by Officer Soma.
Great work. Thank you. Any other matters? I don't think we know, unless you want to go through the physical fitness test memorandum.
Do you want to take any public comment on anything, or?
Any other public comments?
Renee,
Hi, Renee.
Wondering if there's any update.
Yes, the update, the update is we've been talking with Tiger's group, and Tiger has put it out to the committee, to his advisors who we've had brought in, and they're going to come and present to us in June, at our June meeting, a thorough.
We will have it on the June agenda for a thorough discussion.
No,
That's good. That's all going to be,
no, it's all going to be
that's all going to be
presented
presented at
in
the
June.
June meeting.
in June.
So the most recent century that was put up, just the purpose of that is.
Like I said in the email I sent to you, the purpose was to assist in any sort of traffic calming. It works on a lot of roads, so we have it on the other side of the road, so I figured when I have it available, put it over there and assist in traffic calming. And always we're gathering, any new data to put out there, like I said, for the police commission or anybody else who wants it.
So you're getting numbers and speed.
Speed and numbers, yes.
Okay, so that'll be taken into consideration and whatever.
Yes, I will forward that data to them, and if you want it, I can send it to you as well.
No, I mean, we just, I don't personally want to come up with, try to come up with solutions. I hope that everything that's been done for years would lead to a solution. It's just frustrating that we're only talking about the intersection when the biggest problem is from the intersection, to south end, where most of the speed occurs. So
We have not only talked about the intersection, we're talking about the whole area. That's why we're doing the traffic studies. That's why we have the speed sentries that are not just at the intersection. Our traffic engineer is looking at the entire area. They've done traffic studies at Gertie's Road, at the Gertie's Road Light and South Ave. It's all affecting the entire area. So to summarize that we're only looking at the intersection is not accurate. And next meeting, we will look at everything and look at a holistic approach to solving the problem.
with what you're saying, because every statement that I've seen about what you've collected data on and what Tiger's talked about, talks about the Gertie's Light and the Whipple Tree intersection. And no one ever talks about the speed from that specific stretch. And I'd like that to be like officially put in there.
It is officially in there, and we've done numerous studies on the speed and the traffic volume on your leg of Conrad Road. But it'll all be included
As
in the,
long as that winds up being a solution, taking care of that speed there, I'm fine with whatever they come up with. I don't want to be involved in the decisions. I just want something to come.
thank you.
Thank you.
Comments?
Where's the backup? Say, yes, you're back where we started, a few years ago, like this morning we had, I stopped counting it at over 300 cars from 7:30. We are back, jam packed every morning, but if it's just the morning and it stops and we find it, and it's all day, each time we step on the streets, it's full car. It's all day. This is not just 1 minute. Yes, I see the manipulation in ways from 7 to 9. I see that you're trying in the background. I believe Andrew does.
You know, and as a follow-up, you know, I live on Old Stamford Road and my street is blocked. Same thing. When everybody's going to school, it's blocked for about 15 or 20 minutes and I can't get out of my driveway either.
Yes,
This is a common problem throughout town.
but this is the problem, that it's all day.
Okay, and that's what we're trying to address. We're spending a lot of time on this and money on this, with bringing in appropriate traffic study people that are much more equipped to deal with it than we are. So, and again, we'll have their results for the June meeting.
One question on the studies. Let's say Century's flashes 42, and then the driver's second and third speed goes to 28. Which speed you're considering for the study outside of the train? All of them?
Yeah, you've seen the studies. I've given you copies of
Yes.
most of them, and I can give you the most updated ones whenever you want. But it shows the 50th percentile speed, the 85th percentile speed, the total volume per day, and it gives you the breakdown per hour as well. So how many cars and how fast they're all going.
We took into consideration that right now I'm observing and noticing that people are trying to put it and then, oh, there is a Century and then there's the stop. Like,
Well, that's the purpose of the Century partially, is to slow people down too. That's why we put it out there. for you.
that's why it is in my driveway.
Right. Yeah, I know.
Okay, thank you.
So you're working on it?
Yes,
Yes.
we've been working on it for the last couple of years, actually. Yes.
I know that. But it's still in the goal. Okay. Thank you.
Come in June.
Yeah, because right now when you get out with your kids and
I know,
to
I know.
walk, just to walk, in the afternoon, 10 cars.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item.
Last week, we had an award ceremony, and two of the awards that we gave were for the Physical Fitness Awards for previous year. So Officer Shane Gibson won the Commissioner's Physical Fitness Award, and Sergeant Caponera won the Chief's Award of Excellence for their participation in physical fitness testing in 2023. And we also awarded Officer Chris Dewey with the Officer of the Year Award.
So, thank you. Any other matters to discuss? Okay, let's go into executive session. I need a vote to go into executive session.
Executive session.
Second.
I second.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, we'll take a vote to come out of executive session. All those in favor of coming out of executive session? Aye. In executive session, we determined that the chief, deputy chief, and captains should participate in a salary step increase. We signed that today on May 15th, and it will be effective in steps, in 3-year steps, starting June 1st of this year of 2024. Any other discussion? Motion to adjourn?
You have to vote.
Oh, we do. Oh, yeah, vote.
Are you gonna read that or?
That's, no, that's what I'm reading.
Yeah.
Yeah. Motion to approve the step increases that we voted on.
So moved?
All those in favor?
Aye. Good.
Any other discussion? Hearing none.
No.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.